Hello there, my name's Catherine Jeans. I'm the family nutrition expert. I'm a nutritional therapist and a mum of two as well. I'm author of a new children's nutrition programme called How to Help Your Children Live to 100. So one of the questions I'm asked a lot by mums is, should I give my children vitamins and mineral supplements? So it really does depend on your child, but I thought I'd give you an overview and a little bit of an insight into the supplements I use with my children. So I've got two children, they're 6 and 8, and particularly in the winter, I want to make sure that I'm giving them a daily multivitamin and mineral. We spend more time inside, so we're not getting so much sunlight, and also less fresh food, so particularly less vitamin C, so there's not so much raw stuff going into our diet. So if you're going to choose a multivitamin and mineral, it's a bit like an insurance policy for your children's health, just to make sure that your child's getting all the nutrients they need and to help prevent any deficiencies. But do be mindful that a multivitamin and mineral cannot replace a good diet. You have to get all the nutrition your child needs as much as possible from food, because we always absorb better from our food. But you can top up with a multivitamin and mineral that's going to give you a little bit of a peace of mind that your child's getting everything that they need. Nobody has a perfect diet, and I know there's times in our busy lives that food isn't always as perfect as it should be. So it's a bit of an insurance policy. So watch out for those very sweet, chewable, gummy type multivits that you get in the supermarkets and from your local chemist, because generally they're quite low in nutrients and they're in forms that are fairly poorly absorbed. We do generally get what we pay for with nutrients, and you want to get a good quality one. I use for my kids the Animal Parade by Nature's Plus. If they're chewable for young kids, they will have to have some kind of sweetener in them to make them palatable. That's just how it is. But trying to look for natural sweeteners like xylitol, stevia perhaps, and making sure that it's not got too much sugar. And you want, optimal daily amounts rather than recommended daily amounts. So I like this brand, and they also do a liquid variety, and that's for children aged about 4 or 5 upwards. Now, a really important one is vitamin D. Actually, in the UK, the Department of Health now recommend that all children under 5, that's all children under 5, from around 6 months old, are given a vitamin D supplement, plus all pregnant and breastfeeding women should be taking vitamin D. If your child is on a formula milk, do be mindful that there might be some vitamin D added. Our main source of vitamin D is the sun, but we often don't get outside enough, and a lot of us are having to put on factor 50 sun cream, which means that we're blocking the action of sun on our skin, which gives us that really important vitamin D. And vitamin D is so essential for health. We're finding links between vitamin D deficiency and so many health problems. It helps to absorb calcium into the bones. So if we don't have enough vitamin D, we can't get calcium in our bones, which is why we're actually seeing rickets in some young children, which is a really serious bone disease caused by vitamin D deficiency. Best way to take vitamin D supplements is as vitamin D3. Most vitamin D3 is vegetarian, often comes from sheep wool, so if you're vegan, be mindful of that. But you can get vegetarian sources now of vitamin D3 which come from plant sources. Vitamin D2 is also vegan, but it's quite poorly absorbed, so you really want to look for sources of vitamin D3. You get 2 measurements of vitamin D3. It's either as IU or micrograms. So for a baby, you're looking at 300 or 400 IU per day. For an adult, about 1,000 IU per day. There are some food sources, but very small amounts in oily fish and some eggs, but you're really not going to get enough to give you what you need. So I love these deluxe vitamin D3 sprays, which are a peppermint spray. It's like those old mouth breath fresheners that you used to get. Kids seem to really like these. They do a baby one and they do a 6-month plus a children and an adult one, about £8, and that'll last you a good few months. One of the final things is probiotics. If my children have got an upset tummy, or we're going on a long haul flight to kind of places where sanitation is perhaps not quite so good, or they're just a little bit stressed, actually I'll be giving them a probiotic. And I think it's a good thing for children generally to have probiotics. That's beneficial bacteria most days. For babies, if you had a baby that's had antibiotics, or you're unable to breastfeed for any reason, it's really good to look for an infant probiotic. BioCult do everyone. There's loads of good infant probiotics available out there. We want to get that good gut bacteria. And I would suggest as well, you know, for children born by cesarean, as long as they're not very premature and they're pretty much to term, we really want to be getting some probiotics into C-section born babies, because we know that as a child comes through the birth canal, they're actually inoculated with mum's beneficial bacteria. So if a child's born by cesarean, that doesn't happen. Actually, skin to skin contact immediately can really help, but also, and breastfeeding, but obviously when you've had a C-section, sometimes you might not be able to breastfeed. So what you can do is you can get the infant probiotics, which you add to your formula milk. If your child is breastfeeding, you can just mix a few granules of the infant probiotics into a little bit of breast milk, just squeeze it you know, into a little spoon, and then you can actually just put it into their mouth on your finger, or you can put a few granules onto your nipple and actually allow the baby to breastfeed from there. So I hope that's been helpful. I have done a chapter in my course all about superfoods as well, and that's another way to get beneficial stuff in. So things like baobab powder and greens powders, which I've got here, but I haven't got time to talk about those today. So any queries, do drop me a line on Facebook. If you're interested in my course, you can go to my Facebook page. There's links there, also on my website, www.thefamilynutritionexpert.com. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.